Hello. Nobody knows why I'm in the middle of the forest today. But my name is Linus and I have Asperger syndrome. And I wanted to make a follow-up video to the previous video I made where I mentioned how I'm bad at starting a conversation and saying hello. Or, ending a conversation or having a conversation. And I made a question to Aspies. Is this a thing that's common for Aspergers or is it a thing that's just for me? And the overwhelming majority said that is actually an Aspie thing. That wind doesn't pick up there. And I wanted to just discuss why a little bit in the middle of the forest. So, here we go. Okay, so if you know me and if you talk to me on the phone or on Skype, you know that I'm really bad at starting videos. Okay, that was just Freudian slip. I'm really bad at starting conversations. Like I pick up the Skype call and I'm like, beep boop, Linus unit, commencing dialogue. Fuck, why don't I start all my videos like that? That was amazing. New gimmick, maybe? No. I just don't feel comfortable starting a conversation. And I have this thing where I can't end a phone call without saying goodbye at the same time as the other person says it for some reason. Like I always time it badly, and it's like, oh yeah, I'll do that, but bye. Fuck. It's like at the same time, and it's awkward, and then you just have to hang up because you said bye, and you can't say bye again, and you can't be talking to your boss and be like, I love you, bye. So I wanted to discuss why this is, and I got one comment from someone who, of course, I'm in the middle of the forest now, and I don't have a computer here, so I can't check the comment. I'm paraphrasing a bit, but they said that we have trouble. Okay, it's like, okay, this is really paraphrasing, but we have trouble answering responses that are unexpected. And it's a really interesting point because that is the problem. The problem is when, even though you might think hello is expected, it's when something you don't expect happens, you have to stop, think about how to perform your response, and then do it. Like I've mentioned before, maybe you have like stuff in your mouth and you have to swallow. Yeah, and you might be not prepared to speak, like the actual verbal physical bodily function of speaking doesn't just, like, you can't just, if someone wakes you up from sleeping, you can't just be like, hello, I'm gonna have a speech. You're not prepared in your mouth and stuff. That's actually a thing that stops me sometimes from saying hello to people if I cross them on the street, because I'm just not prepared to speak. You have to stop and you have to think and you have to prepare yourself, whilst other people do not need to do those things. Again, I hope that doesn't. If this video is really whooshy right now, then excuse me. It's actually, don't excuse me. It's not my fault. It's the forest's fault. Blame the forest. So the problem with Aspies has always and will always be a lack of instincts, is what I prefer to call it. Like we don't do stuff that other people do normally. We have to think about everything, including the stuff that other people just like do. They just do it. They don't have to think about it. It's instinct, right? We have to think about instincts. We don't have to think about certain instincts like eating and sleeping. Sex is debated, but we do. I mean, I do have sleeping problems as well, actually. But anyway, we have the core instincts, but other than that, the stuff that keeps you alive in a social situation or keeps a group together don't come natural to us. We have to stop and think about it. And saying hello is just one of those things. It's expected of you, but we don't have it built in. And the thing is that I read all the comments from you guys, and I share the same opinion of it just feels so purposeless. I was gonna say superfluous, but it came out wrong. Like it's silly and pointless. Why do you say hello? I know you're there. You know, I walked into the room. That's it. You don't. I don't need to like exclaim, "I am here." You know I'm here, right? If you don't see me, I might be like, "Hey," but only if I actually want to say something to you or something. Because otherwise, I don't give a shit if you know I'm there, right? However, normal people don't do that. They don't see it that way. They just see, you know, you're here. Therefore, the follow up is say hi. It's a weird concept to an SP because we want everything explained. We prefer stuff explained. And if something is just common courtesy, it's just how it's done, then it's difficult to explain it to an SP because, you know, how would you explain something that is. Why do you say hello? Right? Why is that? What is the actual biological function? There is none. Except for the fact that we are pack animals, and as pack animals, we are trying to function as a pack. Hello is kind of like a sign that you will function in the pack. It's like just a sniff on the butt for a dog is a calling card. I'm gonna change my hand. See, it's like magic. My changing of the hand is like magic. Or was I? I don't see if I'm in frame, by the way. So if I'm off frame and shaky, then blame the forest and his weird voodoo magic. Because the reason why I'm in the forest is to illustrate the biology we all are bound to and some other bullshit. It's like I've mentioned this before. If a normal person has to, like, someone greets them by giving them a hand, they reach out a hand. They don't think about it. They don't need to think about it. Goddamn stupid insects. Damn you, forest. No response is normal. Normal people don't think about it. They don't need to, right? Aspies do. It doesn't help that we have problems with stuff like physical touch and so on because there's other types of greetings that involve physical touch, and if you have problems saying hello, then stuff like kissing on the cheeks and shaking hands are problems as well. My girlfriend comes from Portugal, and I went there on her dad's funeral, and because of this, I met her entire family. And people in Portugal, they kiss on the cheek, both cheeks. It's just what's done. It's like saying hello. It's like drinking coffee in the morning. Like, it's not, you don't do that? That's silly. Why don't you do that? So when I went there, she had to tell people he has social anxiety, and, you know, it's difficult to explain Asperger, so she did her best and told him that I just had social anxiety in general. And he comes from a culture that doesn't do that. Yet every single person in her family kissed me on the cheek. Even the people who she told straight up, please don't kiss him on the cheek. They don't do that in Sweden. They literally went and they just did it anyway. And it was really awkward for me. Probably awkward for them as well, actually, because it's not like I kissed back. Like, I'm like, what do I do? Do I do a sound, or do I physically kiss them? I don't know. It's weird. And a good way to describe the feeling of having problems saying hello to normal people would be to explain that situation to them. Like, if they're not used to kissing on the cheek, being very physical, then going to a country where they do that, and maybe not wanting to do it, that is just as awkward as it is for an Aspie to just say the phrase hello. And that's not spoiled or lazy or stupid of Aspies. It's just how we are. It's just how it works. Of course, here's the thing: you can't You can't not do it. You can't escape the nature of society, right? So if you were in a country, where when in Rome, you kind of have to do as Romans, which is a lot of. I was gonna do some Roman jokes there, but I was gonna stop myself actually. Um. So yeah, man, I got derailed there, something horribly. Um. A lot of the people, all of the people who answered the video said yes. I don't say hello. I have to force it. I have to do it actively. And it makes me feel a little bit better because I was worried it was just me, but it's not. This is an Aspie thing. We don't want to do it. It's interesting. I find this fascinating. Uh, I actually find answers on my comments from my videos fascinating because you ask an Aspie something and you get like 100 responses and they're all super long and they're full of detailed personal information because Aspies just don't give a shit. We just say stuff. This is amazing. I love that. So thanks to that video, I now have it verified that saying hello is actually basically a symptom, or rather not saying hello, is a symptom for Asperger's, which is interesting, right? Because why? What is so special about that word or that act? Is it just that it's difficult to explain? Or is it some kind of sociological thing where Aspies just naturally or unnaturally antisocial? And that's just, the word hello is just symbolic for that? Whoop. Like magic, right? I don't really know. It's just really interesting that there is this phenomenon that is such a basic thing that differs between Aspies and normal people. And I think that bears thinking about. And whilst I do videos where I talk about the differences between us and normal people, and the differences might sometimes be big and sometimes small, this is one of the more interesting differences I've come across. Because you'd think it would be so basic. That and eye contact, which is why I bring those up when someone asks what is Asperger's. I say we have trouble saying hello and we have trouble keeping eye contact, because you'd think that those two would be natural. They're not for us. And that is why we get tired easily. Like, keeping up the act, it's horribly tiresome. We get tired from doing that non-stop. And I'm pretty sure with practice you can say hello to everyone, like I do at my workplace. But that doesn't mean it comes naturally. It just means that I'm better at forcing myself. I work as a... that's why I'm so greasy right now. It's because I work as a male model. No. Why would I grease up as a male model? Also, why would I not... Why would I be... I'm not gonna be a female model, am I? I'm not pretty enough for that. I'm derailed so hard again. Anyway, where was I? Right, I work as a chef in an old person home, and old people are very sticklers for politeness and stuff like saying hello. And I actually got crapped on by an old person for not saying hello. And not greeting her with a friendly face and like a smiling face. And I was like, you're right, I'm bad at that. And she's like, oh, you are. And they're customers. I'm gonna do what they say. So I started trying to force myself to say hello to everyone. And there's even a person at my workplace who, she sits kind of far away, so I don't say hello to her when she comes in, and she's in a wheelchair, so she doesn't come up to the counter and get food. So whenever I walk past her, we have a thing now where I say hello and she says hello, because before that she got a bit miffed that I didn't say hello. So again, forcing it works and somehow is better than not doing it at all. Even though both she and me knows that I am faking it by walking past her and specifically going hello. That's somehow better than not saying hello. Not that I was being rude before. I was just being like, eye contact. You were there. I am here. We both know. That was not good enough. I had to actually say hello. So end story is practice makes perfect for everything, including being normal. So think about that and try to just fake it, because people appreciate it more than you might believe and more than they should, to be honest with you. Yeah. I'm signing out because I have to find my way home. So, bye. Love you. See you later. Bye.